What up, everyone? You know who I am. I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah, we're on YouTube, man. And it's Funko time. It's Funko time. Yeah. And since I've been remodeling in my new hideout, I've been thinking before I set up my Marvel's and DC superheroes and villains, I thought I'd just put the box here and show you guys one by one my different Funkos. Now, I've already done a few shows on some of these. Some of these I had before I started this show, so I thought I would just go through and show you some of them. The first one, Judge Dredd. Yep, this judge is from Mega City 1, and he is the law. Very cool. He was actually one of the first ones that I purchased. And now we have the Taskmaster. Ooh, and I always love about Marvel is they always put bobbleheads. And the Taskmaster has the ability to basically copy anything that he sees, you know, heart surgery, kung fu. He can copy Bruce Lee's moves just by watching them. Our next one, the Blue Beetle. Yeah, now I did a show actually with Magnus about this guy. Him and his partner, Booster Gold, which probably buried somewhere in here. But since we're pulling stuff out, the Human Torch. Now this one's actually pretty cool. He has a little stand and everything. And this one I just got for a whim. Very awesome. Very neat. I like the way he stands. And I got me a Poison Ivy. This is from the Arkham video game. You always notice how she's practically almost wearing nothing. Poison Ivy's cool. The toy's a little hard to stand because of the big head and the small feet. Now, Black Manta. The man who killed Aquaman's son. Check him out. This is classic Manta right here. And this was actually one of the first big black supervillains, you know, who was actually menacing and didn't take any shit from anyone. He's made a lot of different appearances too, and like Brave and the Bold, and you know he's had his fair share of appearances over the years. All right, who's next? We got Captain Cold. Yes, and this Captain Cold is from the Flash series, and I actually like the guy they got for him. He's the guy from Prison Break. He fit the part very well. He did a very good job. And it's kind of sad that he only had sporadic appearances. I would have liked to see him more in Legends, but he ended up like leaving around season 2, I think. Season 3, you know, somewhere around there. Which kind of sucked. But he made appearances here and there as a Leonard Snart, but from different realities. This is, of course, is Harley Quinn. One of her little playful uniforms, you know. Suicide Squad costume. Boom. And I actually did a 3 Harley Quinn one in one of my other videos, so if you want to check that one out. Oh, coincidence. Here's Harley Prime. Harley in Batman the Animated Series. Yeah, this is the one that started it all. Paul Dini actually developed this character. It's one of those ones that, with a cartoon character was so popular it made it into the mainstream comics. And it made a nice fat paycheck for Paul Dini. This is The Martian, of course. And a lot of these videos I actually have covered before. There's a fair amount that I haven't covered. That's why we're going over this. But check him out. Very sway. I also did one about Gotham villains. And this is classic Penguin right here. Check that out. This is Pimp Daddy Penguin. Very good. Very dapper. And like I said, I'm just giving you guys broad strokes. I'm just giving you guys a showing of my collection so far. This little guy I picked up at a yard sale. It's Batman. Missing his cape, but a dollar's a dollar. You know what I mean? Very detailed other than that. Very cool. This is Black Canary. And this is Black Canary from the Arrowverse, I guess. That's what they call it. She's sort of hard to set up. She has a big head, so she falls over a lot, so she's one of those other ones you have to kind of stack in the back. You know what I'm saying? All right. Going on. to the Harlequin of hate, Mr. J himself, the Joker. And yeah, this is another one that I bought first out of the Funkos. I mean, I love the design. The eye, usually the eyes are black. This one has like a weird, spinny, crazy vibe to it. I've always loved it. One of my personal favorites. And another one of my favorite madmen, Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. Yeah, check it out. A little pumpkin bomb and everything. This guy actually requires a stand set up because his head is so big. But once you get the stand going, it's actually really cool to display. Moving on. We have the Ant-Man. Now this one I always thought was cool. I like the suit. Looks very awesome. The movie was actually really cool too, so I was actually glad to add Scott to my collection. Alright. Next on the list, we have another Harley Quinn. Well, sort of. Harley Quinn Batgirl. Boom. 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 Look at that. Sexy, huh? Alright. Next on our list is the King of Wakanda himself, the Black Panther. And I actually just covered his origin story and stuff in the Fantastic Four previously, if you want to go check that out. Really cool Marvel bobblehead. Alright. Next one. Mr. Sandman. Yes. One of my favorite villains slash anti-heroes slash heroes. This guy has done it all. He's been on different teams. He's fought a lot of different people. So this is one of those villains that they say is sort of a C-lister, but I don't really see him like that. He's actually paid his dues. You know what I mean? He's been in a lot of different groups, and I think the toy is very cool. Whew. Man, we finally hit the halfway mark. All right. The Man in Yellow, Professor Zoom. Now, I actually enjoyed the Flash TV series version of Dr. Wells as Thaddeus. I thought it was cool. Thong. Check him out. He's a reverse Flash. He's the anti-Flash. He's a good character, good story. And I like the haunting Man in Yellow look they give him. Alright. Now, a popular character in the 90s, and, well, now too, they made a movie, they're making a sequel. Venom. Yeah, check it out. Tongue sticking out and everything. Very cool. Nice little bobblehead. Nice to add to the collection. Alright. Alright, I found him. Booster Gold. Yep, the partner to Blue Beetle, which we did a show on. So check that out. Alright, next on the list, Beta Ray Bill. And I did a show recently, a while back, on him too. Very cool. He was one of the few people that was able to lift the hammer of Thor. He was given his own hammer, and he's kind of like a cosmic version of Thor. Well, not cosmic, but he goes out in space and whoops ass out there. So, alright, now we got a big boy. And I've covered this one too on my Hulk video. Spider Hulk. Yeah, check this big boy out. And I actually have the action figure too on my display in my collection. But this guy is very cool. I was actually happy to find him. Very sweet, very different. I like different. I like variants, you know, it's very cool. Alright. Speaking of cool, Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis. Now, I love the Batman Beyond show. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a nice continuation. The story was awesome. The ending they did in Justice League Unlimited was cool, season 4, where a couple of years, if you didn't know this, they revealed that Bruce is his father, but he was created by Amanda Waller. Kind of like a cloning program, sort of. She injected someone else with Bruce's DNA and his wife, and out came Terry and his brother. So, but I recommend Batman Beyond. It's a good show. And here we have the new Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Did a show about her too. She's an Inhuman that could stretch. Out of the newer superheroes, you all knew different Marvel ads. You really liked her. She had an original story, and I kind of liked the idea that she was a fangirl. I thought that was kind of funny. And you know that I'm a Green Lantern fan, so where would my collection be without a Hal Jordan? Check that out. Now, they had a John Stewart, which I didn't like, because all they did was basically paint over Hal Jordan. They painted him black and dyed his hair black. I was not going to buy that. But this is the original right here, and this is one of the few DCs that are bobbleheads besides the Joker. So that's always cool. Alright, the box is getting a little low. I have other Funkos too. These are just my superheroes and villains. Alright, this is War Machine. And this is War Machine from the Civil War. You can tell because he has that little stick or sword or whatever that ends up getting broken, so it really didn't help him out too much. Rhodey was very cool. I think Don Cheadle does a great job in playing him. And we need our own War Machine movie. I want to see Don Cheadle in his own movie, damn it. Give me a War Machine movie. Anyways. One of my favorite big guys, the Juggernaut. Nothing could stop the Juggernaut. And he has a bobblehead too. He's really big. I like the look on his face. Very awesome. Okay, I got Green Arrow from Arrowverse. Check him out. They did a real good job in kind of giving him that Oliver look from the show. Arrow wasn't that bad. They always complain about Grumpy Oliver, but Oliver's been jolly. He's been grumpy. If you read the comic books, he was a grumpy bastard in the late 90s, early 90s. So you got to take it with a grain of salt when you're doing a character, okay? So, but the Funko's actually really cool. Of course, it's not a bobblehead, but we're not all perfect. I did a show about this guy. This is a Superior Octopus. Yes, they brought back Doc Ock. They basically had him, recruited him for Hydra and gave him his arms and stuff like that. So he has like kind of like Spider-Man-ish abilities with Dr. Ock's brain because Ock was in Spider-Man for a while. It's a whole big story. But anyways, a very cool toy. I like the design. The Hydra design is actually really awesome. Since I already covered the Hulks, I'm going to go over these really quick. This is a Savage Hulk from the Thor movie Ragnarok, or a Battle Hulk from Planet Hulk. Take your pick on which one. Basically same design, very cool, very awesome. Venom Hulk. Yes, Hulk being taken over by Venom. Very cool. Professor Hulk. As you can tell, I like the Hulk. Professor Hulk. And this is basically Hulk with Banner's mind in it. This is more the Avengers perception, the movie perception of Professor Hulk, because Professor Hulk is kind of sort of a dick in the comics. Alright. And this is Hulk from the first Avengers movie. You notice how they kind of got bigger as the Hulk movies went on. But this is the original. And I got one more Hulk. Zombie Hulk. Can you imagine this guy rampaging through town just munching whatever he wanted? Yeah. I don't think cutting his head off would work. But it was during that whole Marvel Zombies thing. Whew. Alright. Rorschach from The Watchmen. This guy's one of my favorite characters. They brought him back. And Jeff Jones, like a new series of The Watchmen, which took 2 years to kind of finish, which really sucked. The original Rorschach is really cool. The movie's good. I recommend reading the comics. If you've never seen it before, it's actually worth taking it for a spin. Alright. What collection would be without Deadpool? Yeah. And basically, if you've seen the movies, you need no introduction on who Deadpool is. Wisecracking, third wall breaking superhero / sometimes villain / just all around asshole. And the guy they based him off of. Yes, they ripped Deadpool off from this guy. Slade. Deathlock the Terminator. This guy uses 90% of his brain. He's a skilled assassin. The man knows how to kick ass. Really like him. This is the one from Arrow, but there's really not much difference in the costume. It looks the same. Really cool. Alright. Another guy I covered a video on. Whew, doing a lot of talking. Adam Warlock with the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, I did a whole video on this. I'm actually thinking about covering the Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity War, and the Infinity Crusade. just so people can actually see the right version of it, or the original version, I should say. All right. Another Spider-Man villain, Kraven the Hunter. Also did a video on him, Spider-Man villain, tracker, you know. All right, another guy, Frank Castle, the Punisher. Now, people have asked, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? I think he's a little bit of both. I think his moral compass kind of twisted when Captain America went Hydra. He followed Captain America thinking that he was doing the right thing because he was following Captain America. So Punisher's one of those guys that's kind of a good guy, or in his mind he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's really kind of cuckoo, which makes him really cool, you know. Of course, Spider-Ham. I did a video about him too. I got a little Spider-Ham here. Bobblehead, very awesome. All right. Ugh. Captain Marvel. I did a video about her too. I'll be honest with you guys, the movie was kind of for me. It had its moments, but I thought it could have been better. Her appearance in the Avengers was sporadic. She just kind of came, basically just fixed everything and left. I don't know. I have issues with this character. I thought the movie could have been better, but that's just my opinion. All right. Another Fantastic Four member, Sue Storm, the Invisible Girl. Check that out. Damn, they did a good job capturing her, didn't they? Classic look. All right, we got three more. The Connors, another Spider-Man villain. I like the Sinister Six. Interesting team. And this is Connors, Doc Connors. Once a scientist, lost his arm, tried to grow it back using lizard DNA, ended up turning into this. All right. Black Suit Spidey. Back when Spidey had the symbiont, before it tried to take him over, he ended up getting out of his body, and then it left, and it went to Eddie Brock, and then became Venom. He got it during the Secret Wars. And last but certainly not least, another one that I picked up first. Because I picked up a few of these here. I picked up like 5 of them at first, and then I started just collecting them from there, and this was one of them. This is Wolverine here. And this is classic Wolverine in his original colors when he fought the Hulk and Wendigo. Also, he put a lot of years wearing this in X-Men. He was also in the animated series. Wolverine is probably my favorite Marvel character. Whew, man. And that, so far, is all the Funkos that I have. I will be setting them up soon. I might take a picture, post that, so you guys can see the final result. But so far, that's all the ones that I have, all the superheroes and supervillains I have. Believe me, I have a lot of other ones. But these are the Marvel and DC superheroes and villains that I have for Funkos. And I'm the Comic Outlaw. I just thought I'd give you guys a little up close and personal viewing of my Funko collection for my superheroes and villains so far. And I hope you guys subscribe, like, and as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.